Today we're going to talk about composition of functions, or a composite function. And it's when you combine two outputs. So the output from one function becomes the input in the next. So you're taking the answer to one problem and putting it inside the other. So let's take a look at this graphically. There's been a terrible tanker accident off the coast of California that spilled some oil into the ocean. Find the area after the oil slick after 4 hours. So we read this as f of g of x. So if we want to find the area, first thing we need to do to find area, we have to find the radius. So after 4 hours, our radius equals 3. So the area of this spill, we'd go up to where 3 is, and area is kilometers squared, so pi times 3 squared. So pi times 3 squared. So that is 28.26. So the area, find the area with a radius of 2. So if we go up to 2, our radius equals 1. So then we're finding the area with a radius of 1. And we know that it's pi times r squared, so it's pi times 1 squared, so it's pi. So the radius at 4, so 4, we said the radius of 3, so this is our area with a radius of 3, so that's pi times 3 squared, which we said was 28.26. So you're taking the one answer from one thing and then plugging it in the other. And you always do the inside first. So for example, we have to evaluate g of negative 2. So what's on g? We go to our x value 2, and out pops a 1. So this is really f of 1. So f of 1 gives us 2. So let's try this next one. We do this inside first. G of 2 is negative 2. So this is really f of negative 2. Negative 2 gives us negative 3. Our next one here, f of 1. So f of 1, so we're back here, gives us 2. So then we look at g of 2. We look over here, that gives us negative 2. And then the last one, we do this inside f of 4. Gives us 1, so now we say g of negative 1 gives us negative 3. So let's take a look at looking at it with some coordinates here. So f of 4, so we do this inside first. So f of 4 is right here. So this is really g of 0. Well, here's g of 0, and we end up with 6. So the next one, first we do the inside, g of 3. So here's x is 3, and we get 5 for our y. So this is f of 5, which is right here, and f of 5 is 11. In this last one, we have 3 of them, but we do the same thing, this inside first. So f of 7, f of 7. So that's right here. So this becomes f of g of 3. So now we do this part, g of 3, right here is 5. So this is really f of 5. And f of 5 we know is 11. So now we're going to take a look at some equations here. So given the function f of 2, so when we had 2, we just plugged it in. So this is 4 times 2 minus 5. So 8 minus 5 is 3. So now once again, we do the inside first. So I'm going to do g of 3. So negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. So I'm going to take that value and now plug it into our f function. So f of negative 6. So 4 times negative 6 minus 5 is negative 29. So you always do the inside first. So f of 4. So f of 4, 4 times 4 minus 5. So 16 minus 5 is 11. So now we do g of 11. So negative 3 minus 11 is negative 14. So the next thing we're going to do is take a look at some equations. So you'll notice we don't have a value. We have the entire g function. So this is really f of negative 3x plus 4. So I'm going to replace the x here. And again, sometimes I might write this on the side. So x is negative 3x plus 4. So I'm going to replace that entire x with negative 3x plus 4. Oops, sorry, I did this wrong. My bad. Let's try this again. So our g of x, so that is, I think that's supposed to be 1 minus 5x. So f of 1 minus 5x. So now I go to that f function, which we said was negative 3x plus 4, and we're going to replace that x. So negative 3 times 1 minus 5x plus 4. So if we distribute, we got negative 3 plus 15x plus 4. Combine like terms, we have 1 plus 15x. So the next one, we're going the opposite way. So this is g of our f of x, which is negative 3x plus 4. So again, I'm going to go to that g function and replace that x. So we have 1 minus 5 times negative 3x plus 4. So we have 1 plus 15x minus 20. So we have negative 19 plus 15x.